Hey everybody, this is Hunter Black Luna, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I should probably mention that this game likes to crash, especially when it goes to cutscenes. And there's a couple cutscenes coming up, and I can't really show you them, because Fraps just doesn't pick it up at all, it just doesn't record. So, let's hope it works this time, everybody. Let's head out. We don't know where we are, but we are having a bad dream.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember? We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone. You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Alright, and there's our setup. It's just us two against, well, pretty much the world.
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
I'm sure. That's a good question.
I don't, but Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malak and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived.
Good enough for me.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
We gotta level up a couple times first.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. And we can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
I don't know, Karth. Maybe you should ditch the bright orange and yellow bomber jacket. I mean, those are the Republic's national colors, right? That's what all the soldiers wear. I don't know. I wanted to get, as you might have seen in the character select screen, the soldier class. The clothing is the same as the regular Republic soldiers, which made sense to me. That's one of the little cosmetic mods I installed. But when it gets here, it wouldn't make sense for me to have that because, you know, we're supposed to be in hiding. Even though I'm not generally the most subtle person ever. Workbenches are great, you can upgrade stuff. Such as that prototype vibroblade we found. Which is its real advantage over the longsword. Alright. Now +2 physical damage. So basically it's now the same as the longsword we found. Might as well put it on. I still don't like that accuracy penalty. We'll just have to stick it out for a little while. Other than that, we just have basic things. We already have 12 med packs. And the fact that I'm leveling up treat injury isn't going to be insignificant either. And the journal's great if you ever forget where you are, which might happen if I take a long break. Although, I've played this game a lot. It's one of those childhood memory classic things. Alright, let's get rolling. Gotta take Karth along. So let's go.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a
I
raid.
heard you have been harboring Jewish fugitives. Oh, don't talk back, man.
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Karth, I told you to ditch the jacket. A grenade wouldn't go amiss here, I suppose, but there's a civilian over there. Now, I know they won't get damaged, but we should probably just rock out normal style. Man, but he's going at it. Oh, nice. Hopefully it'll be the last. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Nice. Oh, glad we could help out and get a little loot in the process. I'm always up for killing Sith. Blaster rifle. We could provide it to good old Karth here, but frankly, he's already doing better dual-wielding those pistols. We'll have to remember the hotkey for the equip screen sometime. As if you'll see, he's already got... Well, first of all, he's on the light side of the Force, of course. And he has... Yeah, he already has improved two-weapon fighting. And he specializes in blaster pistols, so he's pretty beast mode with those. Once he gets master two-weapon fighting, it'll be about as good as you can do. And some better guns, of course. Can I select the... No loot anymore? Alright. Let's just check out this apartment. And by check out, I mean...
Uh-huh.
Help ourselves in.
On it. It's open.
Nice.
Hmm? Who
are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's
I
home.
can't. But this is a RPG.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Who's Holden?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to
Who's
himself.
Darvik?
But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
You can trust me. I mean, I only just, broke into your apartment.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort. When I cut Holden, it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
Moral dilemma time, everybody. We could brutally murder the unarmed, defenseless woman on behalf of the Mafia. Or we could not do that. I don't know. I'm usually a pretty good guy, and that's just...
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
Maybe I could speak to Holden.
You could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the Cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
Better than dying.
Goodbye and good luck. I hope you can talk some sense into Holden.
Pretty easy initial quest here, and that persuade skill roll. Man, that has to be a pretty low roll, because I remember in Get Dave's LP, he didn't really invest in persuade, but he still did it. Oh, and it doesn't even show us our persuade roll in the feedback. Although if you'll notice, it shows all kinds of things. I mean, you can break down the combat, and you can get into the, the nitty-gritty. And skill checks, which is how the game does a lot of things. And if you're out of combat, then the game assumes you roll a 20 every time, but if you're in combat, you roll a number from 1 to 20. And your skill is added to that, and it's checked versus the difficulty. That door only had a difficulty of 12, so even though Karth only has a single security point, he was easily able to overcome that lock. Ooh, loot. Grab it, grab it. I just consider that fair compensation for helping with, the murder.
Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bon. Runda di hodonga kun hunka.
Energy shields.
Wana kun bez.
So they have energy shields thousands of years before the Republic, or for the Empire, but stormtroopers still don't have them.
Kachi kun ita hodonga. Tong up.
You know what, I'm good.
Achuta. Wonga.
There's a better store in the upper city. That guy looks like he's pretty hurt too, I don't know. Most of the random NPCs actually don't have much to say that's useful. Oh, you might be wondering why I'm not leveling up. Well, it's kind of a simple reason. Yeah, thanks. Whenever you level up, you get full healed, so I'm gonna be a cheapskate and wait until I get into a fight, and I get hurt. Also, you can just do this instead of waiting for security skill. And there's not really any penalty, it doesn't damage the weapon. Weapons don't have condition or anything. Usually just takes a bit longer. You don't have a name, so I'm not gonna bother talking to you. I'm just gonna take your stuff and run, and if you try to stop me, then, well, you gotta do what you gotta do for the good of the Republic, National security interests. Let's just make a loop before we go out of the apartment complex. You know what? It's probably faster just to have cars.
What?
Give
On
it
it.
a go.
It's open.
I don't believe you have a name either. No, you're not worth talking to. I should just lead with Karth for now, I suppose. She looks interesting. Some kind of weird armor.
On it. It's
So
open.
yeah, like I said, this is a standard RPG. Just run around and grab everything you see, and you'll be much better than if you just go straight for the story without any deviation. I'm all about deviation. Considering this is a game from 2003, this is an amazing... It's amazing in general. Oh, and if you go back to the apartment, you get full healed as well. That's good to know. But I don't want to bother with it, since I can just level up. Then we can proceed out of our apartment complex into the upper city. And when it's called the upper city, it's literally... There's an upper city on the top that looks rather like Coruscant. Then there's a lower city, lower down, where the lower classes live. And then there's an undercity where the poor outcast refugees live, and they literally have nothing but rags. It's like... The whole planet is, you know, seen better days, put it that way. I do love how you can see random traffic in the sky. And, yes, this is our escape pod. Frankly, we are so lucky that thing didn't tip over or break the platform with its fall from, you know, orbit. Also, I can't really blame the Sith for raiding that apartment complex. It's right there, like 30 meters or less. Oh, something seems to be bothering Karth. Oh, I mean, I hate Karth. Urgh, I hate people with feelings. Karth is a character archetype. He has trouble trusting people, and it's because of something that happened in his past, and he's emotionally hurt. And people don't tend to like Karth at all. I don't know.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Look like you want to talk.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
Sorry, man.
I'm just a soldier. I go where the fleet admirals tell me to. I follow my orders and I do my duty. It's just... Doesn't seem right that doing that means I failed them. I didn't.
It wasn't your failure.
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
A little passive-aggressive there, man, but whatever. We'll play it that way. Kebla Yurt. A fine Star Wars name if ever there was one.
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kebla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Taris. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
The Sith confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested.
She ain't kidding.
Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
You are hard up for credits for quite a while, considering we don't even have 200. Yeesh. Pretty good armor. Infinite supply of med packs for 40 credits in case you need it. Although there's also a medical clinic up on the upper city. Combat suits are also infinite. Maybe we could get one for Karth. I don't know, he seems to be doing okay for himself. We could try getting a quarterstaff, but it's not really that good. This is the weapon I want. The Achani Ritual brand. 3 to 13, and it's double-bladed with an attack modifier of +1. And it's only 280 credits, which we still don't have. And you can see there's mines and... Oh, this will be important. Gobble that up. So, or we could just get a regular double-bladed sword, but the Ritual brand seems much better. So let's see if there's anything we can skimp on. Well, we don't need blaster rifles. Like, I'm not kidding. We really don't need blaster rifles. How about now? No, you gotta ditch something else. Clothing doesn't go for anything. And this isn't like the Fallout series where your charisma score affects the prices. It really is like, this price is the price for something. You don't need the longsword. Wow, we get nothing for that. I mean, I can understand why, but we can sell a blaster pistol. Still have 2 in reserve. Yeesh. We're gonna need at least 100 credits after we buy the ritual brand. Well, I could probably sell that prototype vibroblade now. Gotta unequip it first. Yeah, going double-bladed is gonna hurt the accuracy a little, but 5 to 15 on each hand, it gets worth it really quickly. It gets better for Jedi too.
Welcome to the equipment.
I'll tell you what. Let's sell this. The short swords, might as well keep them if they don't have value. The ion blaster might have some use. It's great against droids, but I don't recall if we fight many droids. We don't really fight many droids on this whole planet. Because it's either that or I sell some of these really useful items, like repair parts and computer spikes, and I will not compromise on med packs. Those things keep us alive. I don't know. This might be a dubious move, but I'm going to sell 1 repair part. We still have 8. That'll be fine, and we'll find more, generally speaking. And if we proceed down this way, we find... yeah, Upper City Cantina. Let's go in. I really should remember to save frequently as well. Anyway, in fact, let's save now. Because I feel like being super extra paranoid. I'm surprised no one is bothered by the huge double-bladed thing.
Don't you just love watching the Pazak players? All that strategy, all those credits. It's enough to make a girl get all flushed.
Pazak is like space blackjack. In fact, it is as far as I can tell.
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
Pazak's a good way to get some money if you're willing to save scum. Because it's mostly a game of chance, but the computer will use it to screw you over and make you hate life and the universe. Alright, deal.
Glad to see you're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here, I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want. Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm good.
Of course,
Bye.
of course.
Yeah, that's gonna be useful. Good. And I just thought of another way we might be able to make money. Serena.
Sorry, but I'm not here looking for conversation. I just came to get a drink, listen to some music, and try to relax before my next shift at the military base. I don't wear my uniform when I'm off duty. It's not allowed. In fact, anyone in uniform is banned from entering the cantina. The officers don't even like it when we show up here off duty. Don't like us fraternizing with the locals, I guess. But it gets pretty stale hanging around the base all the time. Besides, the Sith don't own me. Being a soldier in their fleet is just a job, you know. A job with long hours and low pay.
And significant hazard if a Jedi shows up. Why'd you sign up?
When I signed up, I was promised adventure and excitement in exotic locales. Instead, I end up stationed at a military base on some backwater planet on the fringes of the galaxy. If I could just find some other way to earn some credits, I could give this lousy job up. Retire my uniform, so to speak.
I don't actually remember this too much.
I'm actually a little surprised you're talking to me at all. Most of the people here on Taris can't stand us Sith. It can make this job pretty lonely.
Just doing your job, right? The other options are not so nice.
That's true, but people don't appreciate what we've done for them. We could have slapped a curfew on this whole planet, but we didn't. You know, it's like everyone on this backwater planet is in a permanent bad mood. Don't they know we have to make the best of things?
Pretty upbeat for a Sith.
Exactly, it's all about attitude. I didn't ask to be assigned to this backwater planet, but I try to make the best of it. It's pretty easy to get depressed on an assignment like this, but we do what we can to keep our spirits up. That's true. It's nice to meet someone who understands what I'm going through. It's good to talk about this stuff. It gets pretty lonely up at the military base. I have to get going soon. I've got a shift at the military base, but some of us junior Sith officers are having a party tonight to blow off some steam. I'd really like to see you again. Why don't you drop by the party? I'll show you where it is on your map.
Good.
Don't be late. We're starting right after our shifts end. Most of us won't even be going back to the base to lock up our uniforms. I look forward to seeing you.
Alright. Can't imagine Karth approves. Karth disapproves, minus 20. This will come into play later though, trust me. It's actually quite good that we ran into an amiable Sith.
I'm surprised the Sith haven't done anything to try to bring in Davik. After all, everyone knows he's the crime lord who runs this planet.
Well, hello there. I can see from your exotic appearance that you are not from Taris originally. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is
Hi,
Jurgen. What do you think of our local music? The band is quite good, wouldn't you agree? They're on the verge of intergalactic
Don't you mean
stardom, you know.
intergalactic? Unless they're traveling to the next galaxy.
Obviously, you have an ear for music. Mark my words, they'll be famous soon enough. They were about to go on tour before this Sith quarantine stranded them here. Would you like to meet the band after the show? Maybe have a brief brush with fame before they become intergalactic superstars? I can arrange it, you know.
I think I'll pass.
Are you certain? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Meet the legends before they were famous. All it will cost you is a small handful of credits. They have a standing arrangement with one of the Rhodian bodyguards backstage. For the small sum of 20 credits, he'll let me set up a meeting with you and the band.
I don't remember this either. If you're a guy, he doesn't really talk to you. He's just like, I need to pick up the ladies. Sounds like something of a scam.
You sting me with your words. I merely thought I could offer you the rare opportunity to meet a celebrity before they were famous. But I see you're not interested. That's too bad. They really are charming fellows. Very well then. I hope you enjoy the music. If you change your mind,
Yeah,
come speak with me
If
again.
I get money, I'll come speak with you. How about that?
I wish the off-duty Sith would stop coming in here for drinks. They've been scouring the Undercity looking for the Republic escape pods, and they reek of the sewers.
What, they don't ever shower? Yeah. It's in... Oh. Someone with a name.
Where did you get those clothes? A trash compactor in the lower city? And where are those drinks we ordered?
Who are you and why are you bossing me around?
Careful what you say. I get the feeling this spoiled brat could cause us more trouble than she's worth.
Why is the help here so incompetent? One word from Daddy
You're
and I
mouthing
could
off
get
to
you
a
fired.
woman with a sword as big as you are.
How dare you speak to me like that? Daddy's going to
I'm
hear
sure
about
he
this.
will.
Do Do I know you? No? Then why
I
are
think
you
it would be a
speaking to
little
me?
intimidating.
Let me enjoy my drink in peace, and I won't have to
Yeesh.
run you in for questioning.
Man, you guys seriously need to get on that winning the hearts and minds stuff.
I can't believe we couldn't get arena tickets for this match. Now we'll have to watch the duel on the view screen.
Who cares? It's Duncan and Gurlon fighting. It's not like we're gonna miss anything good.
Shh, they're about to start, so quit complaining and just watch the view screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I draw your attention to the dueling ring. Here, two combatants will battle for your viewing and gambling enjoyment. Now, I hope all your bets are down because we're ready to roll. In this corner, I give you Gurlon Two Fingers. And over here, looking to climb the ranks yet again, is the ever-persistent Deadeye Duncan.
And we're ready for some football. Sorry.
And to nobody's great surprise, Deadeye is down again. Don't worry, folks. He's just unconscious. As usual, our medics will have him up and about in a bit. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? So I give you the winner, Gurlon Two Fingers.
Congratulations, you shot an old man who dropped his gun. You know, we might be able to get in on some of this.
What are you looking at, fresh meat? You want a piece of me? You want to step in the dueling
You
chambers
okay?
with me? I'm Deadeye Duncan, the number 5 ranked duelist in this cantina. You must have seen me
Oh,
in the
yeah, right
dueling
there.
chambers, right? 5. But it's an elite group, okay? It's not like just anyone can step into the dueling chamber. Well, actually, anyone
Understandable.
can, but not many
Most
do.
people probably don't own military-grade armor and weapons. And you know, we just happen to own military-grade armor and weapons.
Big talk. Go speak with the hut in the corner to back it up. He's the duel organizer. I'll look forward to our match. Fresh meat is just what I need to end my losing streak.
Sounds good to me. This is a way to make up some credits, talking to Azure the Hutt. And this is also a good place to cut the video right now. Thanks for watching Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Next time we'll continue acclimating to Taris, and maybe to get into some professional violence. See you then.